Close that door. You making?
Can you please open it for me? Go outside. Okay, go. Thank you.
What up, Kendrick? How you doing, man? Great news for us, bad news for y'all. Norville ain't smooth like Manny Diaz. But to be honest with you, I don't even think it's Manny Diaz. I think homeboy just wanted to come home. Back to the U, baby. Tough. It's been tough for Florida State though, man. Competing against us with these Florida guys. Trust me, man. Norville got his hand full, especially recruiting in Florida. From what I was hearing, though, Florida State, they had met with, well, not really meet with him, but they were talking to him. They were supposed to talk to him again tonight. Well, save your breath. You ain't got to talk to him tonight. He's coming to the U. He already announced on social media that he will be coming to the U. Man, that's tough. It's crazy, man. We steal him from Florida, and we keep him from going to Florida State. They said there is another tackle in the transfer portal. You ain't no Issiah Walker, but I mean, there's plenty of them in the transfer portal. There's plenty of them out there. Might not be an Issiah Walker though. Nah, they ain't saying nothing about Toa brother. Only thing that's being said about Toa little brother is that he entered the transfer portal, but other than that, we're not hearing anything. I mean, now getting Toa's little brother, that would be kind of crazy because I don't even think Miami has another scholarship that they could use. I think Issiah Walker is our last scholarship. So I mean, what they could do is probably try to get Toa brother on like a track or some other sports. Use some other sports to get him, get him a scholarship to come to Miami to play football. But other than that, Issiah Walker is basically we just used our last scholarship, which to me that's great. I mean, looking at Issiah Walker is he ranked number 15, offensive tackle in the nation. So as you already know, our offensive line weren't looking all that great. So as much as much help as we can get, we getting it. So it is what it is. Look at Kendrick. As Florida State would have got Issiah Walker, y'all would have been all in on that. Now you talking about he ain't even all that. Yeah, I know you trolling on that one. Yeah, he Lakers all day. He announced it this morning on social media that he's committing to Miami. He's coming to Miami. 247 Sports. They just put out an article on it also. I'm gonna read off the article to y'all so y'all basically get the information. Manny Diaz and the Miami Hurricanes has reached back into the NCAA transfer portal and pulled out a familiar face. Issiah Walker announced on Saturday over social media that he plans to transfer to Miami. Walker is a former top 247 offensive tackle that signed with Florida last recruiting cycle, picking the Gators over the Hurricanes and others. He enrolled at Florida in January, but after a few months on the campus, decided to explore his options. It is unclear at this time if Walker will be eligible to play in the 2020, as NCAA rules state that he would have to sit out a year of competition, but he could apply for a waiver in hopes of being granted immediate eligibility. So he might have to sit out this year, but if, like they said, if he appeal for it, he might be able to play this season. He might get immediate, eligibility. Walker was the nation's number 15. Yo, what up, Slim Shady? Walker was the nation's number 15 ranked offensive tackle coming out of Miami, New Orleans, according to the industry generated by 247 Sports Competition. He was Coral Gable number one of different times during the recruiting process, and oftentimes had nothing but positive to say about the Hurricanes. We might get Jared Williams. Yeah, y'all might do. I mean, Jared Williams was looking like another Miami commit, but who knows, man? Miami might have to pull some strings, get some scholarships out of different sports to pull some of these guys in. Because right now, like I said, we just used our last scholarship on we're gonna use our last scholarship on Isaiah Walker. So we'll see where it go with Jared Williams and Toa little brother if that whole situation is true or whatever. He visited Coral Gable different. He had nothing but good to say about the Hurricanes. But named the Gators his outright leader after Florida beat Miami in week 0. So basically, he committed to Florida. After Miami had lost to Florida last season. But you know how that goes sometimes, man. People just commit because of wins and losses. But at the end of the day, you got to go where your heart at, man. If your heart is in Miami, that's where you need to be. They need to do like Butch Davis and put players on track, Scully. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, Shady. Going to different sports if you have to. Shoot, if you have to give this guy a track scholarship, if you have to give him a basketball scholarship, tennis, whatever they can find, just get these guys in here, man. Get them on there. We could find ways around, just a football scholarship. Football bring in most of the revenue for the school anyway, so these other athletic departments shouldn't really mind. Yeah, and he's basically a left tackle though. He's a 6'4" guy, 6'4" guy, 305 pounds. That's kind of funny that he's 305 pounds. Miami being 305 and all cliche. He said not Toa. Y'all getting JT Daniels. Yeah. Trust me, we're gonna get everything that we deserve, man. Miami's on the rise. Y'all just sit back and watch. I try to tell y'all, Coach Norvell, he ain't got that relationship with Florida State ain't got that relationship through Coach Norvell with these Florida guys. They don't even know him. He just came from what? Memphis. They don't know him. They don't have no trust in him. But they have to let it be legit in whatever Scully they give him. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're gonna give somebody a track scholarship, at least make sure he's on the track team and stuff like that. Like you said, man, Butch Davis was pretty smart with it. When he went out and got these guys, it ain't like these guys didn't have no speed or nothing where they could like pull it off and say, yeah, I'm a track guy, but I'm walking on to the football field at the same time. So they saying Walker becomes the fourth notable transfer that Diaz had added this offseason. He joined the Eric King, out of Houston, quarterback, and Temple's defensive end, Quincy Roche, FIU kicker, Jose, and the new position now, offensive tackle. Once we win 8 games, Florida players will come to Florida State. Good luck to that. Good luck to that, because I mean, y'all gonna be competing with us for these same players every year now. Because we gonna get our wins and losses the same way y'all do. Except our losses gonna be a lot less than y'all's. It said Miami beat out Florida State, Ole Miss, and other schools that Walker was looking into. They say Gurren Justice played a major role in the secondary recruitment as did Stephen Fields, who recruit Miami, Northern, and the rest of Miami-Dade County inner schools for the Hurricanes. So basically, our coaches, our recruitments, they putting in that work, man. They showing these guys that Miami is a good destination where they could come in. But anyway, I'm gonna put the number in the chat so y'all could call in, give y'all thoughts and feelings about this. Miami Hurricanes are the transfer portal kings. They might as well just go ahead and crown us. Numbers in the chat. Anybody want to call in, speak their mind, say how they feel about this. Kendrick say he made the wrong choice. No, I think he made the perfect choice. He would have went to Florida State and basically become a waste. It'll be the equivalent of going to Georgia. Okay, we got a little audio here too.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Through the Smoke, a Miami Hurricanes podcast.
I do not own the rights.
Sports Network. I'm Andrew
This is
Ivins,
just for
joined as always by David Lake. Emergency podcast. Yeah. Sound the alarm. Huge news for the Miami Hurricanes. Issiah Walker, the offensive lineman, top 24/7 tackle out of Miami Norland, who signed with the Florida Gators. He has announced that he intends to transfer to Miami. So he's coming back home. We are going to get into that here in a quick emergency podcast. Before we do, I want to thank everyone who has given us some written reviews and subscribed.
He said trash podcast.
You guys
bro, don't be hating, bro. Don't be hating.
The response has been
awesome. It would have been a total different energy for you if he would have announced that he's going to Florida State.
So Issiah Walker news kind of.
I like the way he did y'all though. He didn't even give y'all time to get that second conversation in. He just straight up let you know, hey, I ain't coming.
Walker thing came out of nowhere. It seems like it's December or January with this recruiting buzz happening in May. Good for business, but a little stressful in the off season here. But yeah, it's fun, and it's definitely good news that Miami was able to figure out a way to add Issiah Walker, and let's get into it.
Yeah, let's take a quick little break. It'll be just a real quick one, and then we'll get all.
It's one of these national.
Yep. Issiah Walker to the U, man. Anybody want to call in? Numbers on the screen. Let me know how y'all feel about this. How y'all think he gonna do at Miami? Who else would y'all like to see join him down here in Miami? How y'all feeling about that the guy out of Houston? The guy that used to play with Derek King. Do y'all feel like Miami should go after him with maybe the track scholarship? Numbers in the chat. What up, Nick? How you doing, boss? As you see by the title, Nick, Miami got Issiah Walker right now. He say he's gonna commit to Miami. He intends to play for Miami, so we beat out Florida State yet again. They can't stand up to us when it comes to recruiting right now. Yeah, but that would be nice to have somebody else come in and join them.
That will become key talking points when the season finally does arrive. We'll break down each and every Power 5 or wherever else else you get your podcasts.
All right, David. So Issiah Walker has announced that he is coming to Miami. This is big, in my opinion. You know, we had discussed it on the podcast last episode, how we thought Miami was going to have to make a decision when it came. Do they want to take this talent? And they do. I mean, he's coming.
Now,
He's
this
a blue
audio
chip
is coming from Through the
offensive lineman
Smokes
that has
podcast.
4 years
So
of
if anybody want to
eligibility
go,
play, and
you
we'll
know,
see
join them
if
or
there's
listen
a
to
waiver
them when
that
they
goes
post
through
their
that maybe gets
videos
him on
or
the field
podcasts, whatever.
in 2020.
It's
But
Through
I
the
think
Smoke podcast.
just given the state of the offensive line for Miami over the past really 2, 3, 4 seasons, that they are addressing a major concern at left tackle with this guy is huge.
Yeah, and you and I were talking before the podcast. You know, this is probably the best young, talented, legitimate left tackle that Miami's added to a roster since, I would probably argue, since Eric Flowers, who also came from Miami Norland, and he was all the way back in the 2012 recruiting class. So it's been quite a while since.
Yeah, Norland always have some good
projects.
They always have some good
tackle
tackles, man.
types,
Some good offensive
but this
line.
is, in my opinion, the first time since Eric Flowers where Miami has landed a legitimate left tackle that is a legitimate talent, high upside guy that is definitely going to be the anchor of that offensive line. And,
Yeah,
you know,
hopefully,
there's no doubt they've landed
hopefully we
talented
could get him
offensive linemen.
eligible so he can start playing this season.
I like Jalen
If not,
Rivers a
then
lot.
he'll
I
be
don't think he's a
starting
left tackle, though.
the
So,
2021
in my
season.
opinion,
But
Issiah
hopefully
is
everything,
that type
you know,
of
we can get the
offensive
waivers to
lineman.
get him to play this season.
And it's just, you know, the strong offseason by Manny Diaz continues. It's really impressive the way he's kind of changed the roster and the trajectory of the future of the program in one offseason.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if Issiah will get a waiver to play right away. I would assume it's going to be hard for the NCAA to tell a kid who essentially returned back home during a global pandemic that he needs to sit. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's a for sure, but I just want to bring up that point because I think out of all the offensive linemen Miami has signed in recent years, Issiah Walker is the one that I think is actually ready to maybe see the field as a true freshman. Like, he's way further along than DJ Scaife, Navon Donaldson, Ja'Kai Clark, obviously Zion Nelson. So I think that's big. And
Yeah, they basically saying this tackle, man, is pretty much better than everything we got on our team right now. So that's a big plus for Miami. Cynthia, on Toa's little brother, right now there's no information. The only thing we know that he has hit the transfer portal out of Alabama. Right now, it's not clear where he's going to go or anything like that. I mean, Miami is a suitable destination for him, seeing that his brother does, go to the Dolphins. But right now, there's no clear information on where he'll land, where he's even going. But we just know that he's out of he's transferring out of Bama. He was like the third string on the list. So wherever he goes, we'll find out, pretty soon or whatever. Maybe in the next week or two. Who knows?
Thing is, look, man, this blue chip tackle is no longer at Florida, who's your rival, but he's also not at Florida State. Florida State was the other school that was involved in this.
Florida State was going for him heavy.
Recruitment. They have just as much issues on the offensive line, and they're really the only other school we know that was pushing for Issiah Walker. So not only is Miami getting Issiah Walker, but they're taking him away from Florida State. And you're going to play Florida State.
Yeah, man, that's great right there. That's great for Miami. See, not only did we just took him away from Florida, we took him out of the Gators' backyard, and not only that too, we prevent Florida State from picking him up because if he would have went to Florida State too, he'll be lethal for them if he starts. Can you imagine that guy blocking for their quarterback and stuff like that? And I mean, it would give them a lot more time in the backfield and stuff. They would get a lot more time to develop their plays and stuff like that. So it's great to see that Miami got this guy to come to Miami and keep him away from Florida State also.
year. I mean, you would have seen Isaiah Walker 4 times. So I think that I wouldn't be surprised if that honestly went into the decision thought process for Miami. And I do think that kind of played a little factor in all this.
There's no doubt. I think it should have played into the decision. And I think, too, what also should play into the decision along those lines is that now Miami doesn't necessarily have to chase a premier, quote-unquote, offensive tackle that they, let's be real, they probably don't have a great shot at landing anyways, one of these national 5-star offensive tackles. You know, they can still take their swings, but they don't have to necessarily, you know, quote-unquote, waste as much time as they would have if they didn't have Isaiah Walker already on their roster. So,
but going off what they said, I think that now that when we do sign Walker, and if he's eligible to start playing already, we can actually go after more tackles that's, you know, big names in the nation, because once they see that they have another guy like Walker here, then they'll know that, you know, if they come and line up on the other side of him, then Miami's going to be doing big things, and they got, you know, possible chances of, you know, being on a great team, you know, competing for championships and stuff like that. So that's another good thing of having a player like Walker on the team.
there's no doubt it's a blow to a rival, to 2 rivals, which is always a good thing. And it also alleviates pressure with the current state of recruiting for this 2021 class. Tell me this, Andrew. You know, let's say hypothetically Isaiah is given a waiver. Do you legitimately think he can challenge for a starting job on the offensive line? Who knows whether it's tackle or guard, you know, at first, because a lot of young guys have to start at guard and then they get kicked outside. Do you think it is a legitimate, because he's still a true freshman, he has a legitimate chance to play right away if that waiver does happen?
I do, and the reason why is, I mean, look, everyone's kind of reset where they're at. All the veterans have gone back home and are training on their own and haven't been in this program. So assuming Miami brings him in for a summer semester, everyone's going to go through the same strength.
What's going on, Big Kane?
I think he could. My counter question
if
to this,
you read the title, it's true. Miami has Isaiah Walker
season against Alabama and Atlanta. Do you think he is part of that starting 5?
I'm glad you brought this up. Sorry, because that was a point I wanted to make about, really, this is a huge impact for that game, because
now what they're saying is basically if he get a waiver, he has the abilities and capability of coming in and starting right away as a true freshman. They're saying that his skill set is basically, you know, a little bit above the guys that we do have on the offensive line as of right now starting. Even over, like, you know, Nelson and all those other guys. Say Isaiah joined Miami. I guess basketball is Miami's only hope. Ray, you talking straight trash right now.
And compete with teams from the SEC, let alone
from Germany. Yo,
have that offensive line on point, and you gotta have it talented. And yes, in my mind,
close that door and put a
there's
lock
no
on it.
question that Isaiah is going to be starting somewhere on that offensive line against Alabama. I would probably project way too early that he's going to be the starting left tackle. I would probably project, honestly, Jalen Rivers will be the starting right tackle. And then the guards and center will fill in. I mean, I think Corey Gaynor will be a senior then. I think you're looking at John Campbell probably kicking inside the guard, which I think is fine. And then, you know, the other guard spot, Ja'Kai Clark, up for grabs. Who knows? We'll see who wins that job.
Thank you, John.
Does DJ Scaife come back?
Oh, see, I always forget about DJ Scaife. Yeah. I mean, you know, let's say DJ Scaife is the guard, John Campbell's the guard, Corey Gaynor's the center, Walker and Rivers are your tackles. I mean,
with Ja'Kai Clark, your 5th? Or
your Cynthia. He's in Miami right now.
Osman Traore.
A lot of people don't realize Miami is his backyard.
Solved all answers, but it's like, whoa, like,
yes. If you don't
Thank
have an
you, Ray, for
offensive
the
line,
$2 donation.
I mean, we saw this kind of against LSU when Miami opened against LSU. You know,
And on Ray's earlier comment, Miami did get a 5-star basketball recruit. Just to let you know.
offensive line compared to LSU's offensive line looked like a JV squad. You got to have those big athletic bodies to compete against SEC level teams. I think in 2021, when Miami opens against Alabama, having a left tackle like Issiah Walker definitely is a game changer for that type of game. It makes Miami much more competitive.
Yeah.
Should Miami pursue Toa's brother? I think they should. You know, we could always use somebody like him in quarterback, especially if he can be anything like his brother is. Now we do have a lot of quarterbacks on our roster, so if we end up going after him and we don't get him, it's not going to kill us, but it would definitely be a plus to have Toa's brother on our roster. I think, you know, having such a name and everything like that could bring more, you know, top prospects to Miami also. So, I mean, going after him wouldn't hurt.
Manny made the right. They made. I know we touched on it about them making the right call in terms of keeping it away from your rivals. But do you think, like, culturally, inside the locker room, this was the right decision?
I think it's fine. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I think that position, Miami just needs to try and get the best talent they can get right now. I don't know if they are in a position to play hardball, period, at any position. But I think you can make the case of, like, okay, at corner, they should be able to recruit year in, year out at a fairly high level. At wide receiver, same deal. Offensive line, particularly left tackles, they don't come around often from South Florida. And, you know, we just talked about how Miami hasn't landed a legitimate left tackle prospect since Eric Flowers, which is...
For everybody who probably just joined in the chat, it's the audio is coming from Through the Smoke podcast. So if you guys want to go check them out, it's Through the Smoke podcast.
8 or 9 years ago. So, yes, I think
who was happened to be from Miami, Norland as well.
I think too. You know, Issiah is a Dade County guy. He's going to fit in with the locker room. I don't think it's gonna have any negative impact at all that way. Do you agree?
No, I agree. I mean, I guess what I said on the previous episode about the cultural thing, I just wanted to bring that up. I mean, I'm just going based on what Manny has said, and I think they made the right call here. I also think they know that they need to win right now, and they're still probably going to try to take some instant impact guys. One other thing, and I know some of the fans on our site have been playing around with it, and I know you looked it up. If you punch Issiah Walker into the class calculator for Miami's 2020 haul, which I believe finished number 13 according to the 24/7 Sports composite, where do they end up?
So they go up 2 spots to number 11, and honestly, like, they are decimal points away from being number 10, which is Tennessee. Tennessee's ranked 10th. So essentially, landing Issiah Walker gives Miami a top 10 recruiting class last year, which
after going 6 and 7.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. They went 6 and 7. I mean, when you really think about it, again, I'll say it again, like, who's had a better off?
So basically what they're saying, if Isaiah Thomas is eligible to play this season, then basically, you know, if you throw him into the whole recruiting rankings, Miami will go up like 2 points. That's the major impact that this dude really has coming into Miami.
Again, off seasons, who cares? Does it matter? No. Everything matters in the season on the field. I get it. But I think Manny Diaz has had as good of an off season as any head coach in college football. So is it going to translate to wins during the season? That's a big question.
All right, well, let's wrap it up here.
I'm going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
So I think the one question the fans will have now is, and you can answer this quickly, what does landing Issiah Walker mean for Miami's pursuit of Houston grad transfer offensive tackle Jared Williams? Does it change anything?
No, I'm under the impression that they're still going to try to take him. And I would think, and I've heard there's a Miami might not just take one more graduate transfer. I think there's an avenue or a route for them to take multiple if the right guys wanted in. So
interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think it's important to clear that up too. So Miami's still going to take swings at a grad transfer offensive tackle as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it.
All right. So basically, what they're saying is we could go after Jared Williams, not Jared Williams out of Houston. So we can still go after him. We can still find ways to sign him. We could get him on the field. And Toa's little brother, there's still ways to go around to getting him if he does decide that Miami is his destination and that's where he want to play. So we could still pursue, Toa and Williams at the same time. Anyway, I'm gonna put the number on the chat and y'all could call in, and tell me how y'all feel about this. What kind of impact you think he'll come into Miami and do, especially if they give him the waiver to go ahead and play in the 2020 season, because right now he does have to get a waiver. He's not, like, right now he's not eligible to start right away, but he can ask for a waiver, and if they does approve it, then he'll be able to start the 2020 season, which then will put Miami in a better position when it comes to recruitment rankings. We'll jump, like I said, we'll jump to the number 10 spot. So the number is on the screen. Anybody want to call in, say how they feel about this or whatever, the number is on the screen. It's like Michigan trying to get past Ohio State. What do you mean by that, Ray? Boyo, he said our quarterback room is full. When it comes to players like Atoa or his little brother or whatever, I think Miami will find ways to go after these guys, especially if they could come in and create an impact or put some kind of buzz into the program to get other top recruits to come in. They will go after these guys, especially if they see that they fit into the schemes that we're running, they fit into the program, stuff like that. So right now, no players really off the radar. Oh.
Slim Shady Games.
What's going on, Slim Shady?
What's up, boss?
And much chilling, man. So how you feel about this?
I think they need every offensive lineman they can get their hands on.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Definitely seeing how we played on the offensive line last season.
Well, not just last season. I mean, even the year before that, the offensive line was pretty bad. And I mean, I've gotten into arguments with Alonzo. I think the offensive line has been subpar, even going back to when Brad Kye was quarterback.
Yeah. The offense, like I said, the offensive line's been needing some work over the couple of years. I mean, last season even showed it a little bit more, though.
Yeah, well, people gave them, and even me included, gave them a little more latitude when Brad Kye was there because, frankly, Brad Kye had center blocks for feet.
Yeah, I'll be telling people, like, that 2017 season we won 10 games, but if you look back at those, most of those scores or how we won those games, it wasn't dominant. It was times that we was showing that that O-line needed help.
I mean, perfect example, right after everybody was raving, even about the offense in the Notre Dame game. What'd they do? Turn around the next week against Virginia. Cardiac Canes were back. I think I had a couple heart attacks that season.
So how you feel if they do give him a waiver to start 2020? How you think he'll do out there? Do you think he have the ability to take over one of those positions and come in and start right away?
He should, but I said the same thing about Cleveland Reed when he came in.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, a 4-star prospect. Every SEC team wanted him. And I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he was overhyped. Maybe the offensive line coaching wasn't good. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like I said, though, hopefully this guy could come in. Hopefully they do waive him. Because right now they're saying that he's pretty much, as a starting freshman, he'll be better than everything that we got on the O-line right now.
Well, I guarantee he probably, if he had stayed with Miami, he would have done a lot better than Zion did last year. I mean, on top of all the weight they put on Zion, which was a big hindrance into his performance, especially early in the season. I mean, Zion was only like a 2-star prospect, maybe 3.
So let me ask you this too: what you think changed his mind to want to come back to Miami after choosing Florida Gators? What's up, Pat? How's it going? Go ahead.
I think some of what's going on now may have, but I don't know. I think there's something going on in Florida because if you want to look back to last season, almost their entire 2019 recruiting class left before the season even started.
So you think something going on up there with Don Mullen?
Well, I mean, everybody's heard about how his wife tries making out with half the team before every game. So
yeah, we all seen the videos.
Yeah. But don't forget you had who was that backup quarterback? Emory Jones running around with a hairnet on, trying to rob people with a BB gun. I think he threw a frying pan at somebody. There's some weird things going on in Florida.
That's one thing you could say about Florida, man. They live up to their reputation. When it comes to criminal players, they live up to it. I mean, even dating back to Cam Newton stealing laptops. That's crazy.
Man, that whole team was something else. You had the Chauncey twins selling bricks. You had Aaron Hernandez on that team who, from what I've heard, there might be some bodies hidden on campus. And it was all led by the preacher, Tim Tebow.
Yeah, see, Florida was going crazy when Lingard went up there and signed with him. I wonder how they fan base going right now. I know.
I mean, all they're gonna say is, "Well, he wasn't that good anyway."
Yep,
but you sure had a lot to say when he flipped from Miami to Florida. That's a lot of Florida State fans too right now. They saying that after they don't pursue this guy so hard, they saying he ran all that anyway. It's still a lot of tackles out there. Yeah, do you think so? And yeah, I mean, as far as Tua's brother goes, I think he probably will end up there because I don't know if you ever watched Pigskin Pete's video about it.
Yeah,
that family's a little weird.
I've seen a couple of his videos.
That whole family moved from Hawaii to Tuscaloosa, and now the whole family is moving to Miami.
Yeah, that's like I said, they follow each other around. Toa came to Miami, they came to Miami, so it'll be interesting.
Miami would be the obvious choice, but I mean, you've got, if he ain't that worried about it, you've got FIU down there, you've got FAU that's not very far away.
Yeah, and FIU just lost their quarterback to the draft too, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, but I got a feeling, obviously, his first choice probably would be Miami. And as
Yeah.
far as people saying the quarterback room is full, yeah, I'm gonna make room for an almost 5-star quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's pieces down there that's probably ain't gonna be there soon anyway. Like a Tate Martell, to be honest.
What he's gonna do? My personal opinion, he made the right decision saying that he was gonna go to wide receiver. Because honestly, quarterbacks like him, look at them once they get to the NFL, they turn to wide receivers anyway.
Daddy, look.
Okay, go close that door. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even when they put him in receiver, he didn't look like he really on the same level as the wide receivers that we do have. So it'll be a tough placement for Tate Martell. Yeah, I mean, anywhere on the field for Miami, to be honest.
Well, I think he would. I think he could help fill a spot at slot. That way, you're not just wearing out Mike Harley. That would, in my opinion, would be the best place for him.
Yeah, so he'd probably be like a second slot.
That'd be my best guess for him, because I mean he kind of fits that Julian Edelman body style. Because I mean Tate Martell's thick. And I didn't pay attention to it earlier in the year, but later in the year I did. Tate Martell's a big boy. I mean he ain't very tall, but I mean he's built like a brick shit house.
Oh man, they say Miami stacking up blue chips like Alabama, Clemson with the cash sign, and LSU with the cash sign. So I guess he trying to say they paying players. We ain't paying nobody. We ain't trying to be on probation or even facing those sanctions down here. We over them days.
Anybody that says there has not been, a couple $100 exchanged and a handshake here or there on every college in the country is full of themselves.
Hey, it might be going on, but
people saying, 10 grand is being thrown at somebody, no.
Nah, I think it would be way more than 10 grand. Moms might be living in a house that she can't afford.
I can't speak to every situation. I know the ones that usually get caught. It's not that. I mean, at the most you've heard about is a couple $1,000 changing hands. And like I said, I'm sure $100 bill or two, swapping hands and a handshake is probably pretty common everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Florida college football players should get paid. I mean, they working on that right now. They working on that. That's supposed to start in 2021 in the state of Florida. Not the school paying them, but they're getting paid off their name and likeliness.
Yeah, they'll be allowed to make money off of it. So they'll be able to, if somebody wants to pay them for an autograph or something, they'll be able to make that money. But I mean, like I said, we talked about it last time. That's going to end up with some hurt feelings in a locker room.
Yeah, man.
So I think it's going to end up with some unintended consequences that people weren't foreseeing. That, and like I said, the big complaint out of people was, these schools in the NCAA are making all this money. They're not fixing to be signing no checks to nobody.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, they've tried for years not to give nobody no money. I don't think they want to do it now. So it ain't gonna be it's not gonna be like a salary-based thing for players. You just got to go out there and get your own.
I'm kind of on the other side of the fence with that.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, they've tried for years not to give nobody no money. I don't think they want.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I was trying to check the video feed. What you were saying?
Like I said, though, I'm actually on the other side of that. The way I look at it, you're given free room and board and $150,000 education for free for 4 years. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, I see it from both sides. It's going to cause a lot of conflicts in the locker room, especially when you got a player that's making no money and then you got another player that's making a lot. It's going to start a lot of issues there. But at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. It's not like you're getting a salary and, this guy's getting paid more than me and we doing the same thing about or whatever. It's just name and likeliness. Hey, this guy is doing something that these commercial based companies like that they using him. So I mean, it's gonna be a lot of issues.
yeah.
It's gonna be players out there that saying, you know what, I'm doing the same as he is. I'm doing the same things that he does, but I'm not getting no money. Close that door.
Now I saw somebody put in the chat something about them going 11-1 this year.
North Carolina. Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah, our only loss would be North Carolina. No, as much as I'd love to see it, and I don't remember whose show I called into. It might have been yours. You could talk me into a scenario where something like 2017 happens again. If the defense gets hot and the offense is at least serviceable, I can see the defense leading us to a 10-win season. And that would take some luck. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is you don't go from a 6-6 team to an 11-1 team in one offseason.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, I think Miami could possibly get that done, but it's gonna be a tough thing to do. It's not.
And I think it doesn't need to be people's expectations.
Yeah,
because a lot of people start talking about it, and I've even gotten carried away with it myself. People start getting carried away, and then when it doesn't happen, you feel like the season's a letdown, and you're ready to run the whole coaching staff off.
Yeah, I mean, well, in Manny's case, that's looking like it too. If you don't get a good amount of wins this season, they might be looking to run him away too.
I think he would have to go 6-6 again for them to run him off this year.
Yeah, I think personally, if he could get a good 9 wins, he'll be all right. But he don't necessarily have to be 9. But if he could get close to somewhere around there, I think he'll. Yeah. Well, ESPN right now they saying that we got a 9-3 season. But who else would beat us?
Well, I mean, would you have said Georgia Tech would beat us last year?
Nah, I wouldn't have said none of those teams that beat us last year would have.
Well, here's the thing. I've said it year after year, and I'll continue to say it. Virginia Tech is a game they can lose. Despite everything that's happened, Michigan State, had a legit top 5 defense. That is a game that we can lose. Florida State is always a game we can lose, no matter what. So, I mean, even if they lost those 3, okay.
All right. John say, are you a truck driver?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he said, isn't Slim Shady a truck driver? If so, he is a COVID hero and a good cane. Okay.
Well, I appreciate that. Most people don't care about truck drivers. I'm just glad I'm working. I ain't sitting at home. Although it would be nice if I was like my wife and sitting home getting paid for it. That would be nice.
And it's tough, man. I'm the only one working right now because my job is essential, but my wife, she's home.
But my wife has been too, but she works for the district attorney's office, so you're working for the state. You're basically on salary, and with court being shut down, really ain't nothing for them to do. So they've been basically just paying them to sit at home.
Yep, that's pretty much this whole epidemic going on. You know, some people working, some people ain't. I mean, unemployment is, I think, at what, 20 mil right now. So it's a lot of people at home right now that don't know where their next paycheck coming from. Oh, it's gone up that bad? Because I mean, I checked those numbers. It was the day before yesterday. So yeah,
Well, last time I checked, it was last week, and I was reading something yesterday that said at least another 2 million more new claims have been filed.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man, that's a lot of people not working. And you know, normally if these things don't happen to end pretty soon, a lot of people are gonna start getting desperate. That's when crime rates gonna start going sky high too.
Well, I think a lot of it's fixing to end because I think everybody heard about the salon owner in Texas, and I think that's fixing to become widespread. People are just say, "Screw it, I gotta go back to work."
Yeah, I think they starting to see that, you know, might well just send people back to work. Just, you know, give them a few precautions and stuff like that. But can't keep everybody home. You know, the country got to still run.
Well, I mean, not even that. I mean, their whole point in everybody staying home was, you know, it's going to stop the spread of the virus. Well, I mean, it's not. You still have new cases popping up.
Yeah, I forgot. I seen somewhere where they opened up some beach, and I seen it. It was packed, and then they said later on in that week they had like 2,000 more cases popped up. So it's crazy.
Well, and here's the thing:
Whoa.
if you're under 65, your chances of dying from it are very, very low. Okay, I'm in my 30s, and me and my wife both tested positive for it. Neither one of us ever knew we ever had it.
Oh wow.
My friend's wife had it. She felt like crap for a couple of days, almost a week. She's fine. Went back to work. I mean, that literally is the majority of younger people. And not even necessarily, I mean, even people into their 40s. You know, I read a CDC report put out earlier this month, or no, it was the end of last month. They broke it down by age range, 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, on and on and on. And I can only remember 2 of them because it was the 2 that pertained to my household at the time, because I've got a 3-year-old daughter. 0 to 4, there were no deaths from it, from the 1st of February through April 11th.
Yeah.
And in my wife's age range, which would be 30 to 34, there were only 238 deaths. I think my chances of going out and coming home fine every day are pretty good.
Yeah, I think
that's how it is for the majority of people.
I think my chances are pretty much the same too, because in my line of work, I go from store to store, so I'm running into people left and right regardless. So, I mean, my chance of running into somebody with it is pretty high versus the rest of other people or whatever. But I think if I were to come down with it, I think I'd be fine too.
I mean, unless you have, you know, unless you're 400 pounds, you know, have pre-diabetes or have a pre-existing respiratory condition, you're pretty much going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, you may be one that feels like crap for a week. Okay. Take your week off, you get over it, go on about your business.
Yeah,
or you
man.
could be lucky and be one of the ones that you never knew had it.
Yeah, well, even with my job, we do a pre-screening every single morning before we go to work, and they have a nurse stationed at our job or whatever. So if we were to feel any kind of symptoms or anything like that, instead of going straight to work, we going straight to the nurse, and then they do like, you know, evaluation or whatever and see where you go from there. But I mean, one of my coworkers, he tested positive. But he didn't have to stay in no hospital like that. He just had to be, you know, quarantined at home. But I mean, hopefully.
I went in somewhere the other day. They were doing temperature checks on everybody, and I got to talking to the guy, and I was like, "Why do they have y'all doing that? Because you can have it for what they say 2 weeks before you ever show So I can have it. I'm not going to have a temperature.
Yeah, I mean, like they said, it's something that you'll catch it and don't even know you have it. You'll be around people that has it and don't know they have it. So it's one of those things until those strong, symptoms start showing up, you'll just be living a regular life like nothing's going on.
Or you could be one of those people that never shows symptoms.
Yep.
That's why I'm a big proponent of, get over it if you can stand to. If not, obviously, my mother-in-law's in a nursing home, high restrictions on anybody visiting or anything like that. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I know right now too they're talking about where I'm at, they're talking about reopening daycares and stuff like that. So it might be, getting a little bit better down here. I know some of the parks that was closed, they're reopening. So
yeah, where I'm at, they've reopened state parks and restaurants are allowed to have guests back inside. Because I live right around Memphis, so I'm in Tennessee, and a lot of stuff's reopened. I think the only big things that aren't still open is like they let barbershops open, but they didn't let nail salons and tattoo parlors open.
yeah, which is crazy because I was thinking about getting a tattoo this weekend, but I don't know. I might have to find a tattoo artist that's gonna do it from home.
I was supposed to get one finished up yesterday.
Yeah, because I'm
I've
planning.
been trying to get my forearm piece finished up for 2 months.
Yeah, I'm planning on putting right in the middle section right here. It's gonna be the hurricane with the bird coming out the middle of it. Put it on my forehand. Let people know this is real. This is for life. Ray say get a pine cone tattoo. Negative. Not happening. I embrace the name pine cone, but I would never put it on myself. This guy said get a pine cone tattoo. I said negative. I embrace the name, but I would never tat it on myself. Yeah, man, but that's it though, man. Issiah Walker is a hurricane. Hopefully we could get them other two guys, Toll Brother and Jared Williams. But for right now, that's basically what we got. Miami's on.
For Jared Williams, I'd say this. I want them, me personally, I would want Manny and them to lead away from graduate transfers. If you got a chance, especially with, having a limited number of scholarships, if you have a chance to have a player for, potentially 3 years, I'd way rather than do that.
Yeah, I'd rather that too. I mean, right now I think Manny's trying to secure as many good recruits that he can to secure his job, to be honest. But moving forward, if we have a good season this season, then moving forward after that, I think he should stay away from those 1 year guys and start, building a core.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The only person that said anything about potentially running anybody off is any of us. I mean, I honestly, everybody was, even national media was surprised when Willie Taggart got ran out of Florida State after a year and a half. I don't think Blake James will do it. And I don't think he should.
$2 donation from Ray. Say here's half for a beer. Hey, thank you, man. I'll make sure I buy Corona. Make sure to be a Corona beer.
People in Mexico don't even drink Corona, man.
I seen one of those videos where this one lady, I think she was just trolling, but she was talking about how people in Jacksonville don't drink Corona beer, so they'll be fine. It's those people down in Miami that's drinking Corona beer. That's what causing them to have Corona and stuff like that. That shit was crazy. I don't know how many people seen that.
She's from Jacksonville. I'm gonna say she was being serious. There's some stupid people in Jacksonville.
I don't know. I saw the video, but I couldn't take it serious, and at the same time, I was questioning it. Like, could she actually be serious? Because she was
A
like,
lot of people thought it.
She like, people from Jacksonville. We drink that natural ice because it's natural. It's crazy.
If people stop buying Corona for real, people quit going to Chinese restaurants. I'm like, what, you think you're actually going to get a drink of Corona beer or go to a Chinese restaurant?
Oh man, John said get a national championship trophy tatted with all 5 years on it. Leave room for a few more. That's not a bad idea. That's something I'll probably put on my back though. Yeah, because I have plenty of space to put other trophies and other championship years on it if I do it on my back. But on my forearm, I'm gonna get the U with the duck coming straight out the middle.
It's not a duck, man.
I call it, we all know it's an ibis, but I call it a duck because it's just simple to say duck.
That's actually the next one I'm getting. I'm gonna get. It's gonna look like the U coming out of the smoke with Sebastian in the middle, holding the FSU spear with the severed head on the spear. You have a gator and the Virginia Tech turkey hanging from a palm tree.
Oh man!
And you know how most of the pictures of Sebastian, he's got his left foot kicked out in front of him. It's gonna look like he's holding back the Notre Dame leprechaun with his foot.
Do you have any UM tattoos already? Nah, at the moment, the only tattoos I got is I don't know if you got to see that. It's the Pharaoh and that one, and then I got the one that everybody gets when they first get a tattoo, the prayer hands. Them the only two tattoos I got so far. John said,
everybody, I ain't got the prayer hands. I got a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah, where I'm from, that's the first thing everybody always get. It's either that or the initials.
Or cross.
Yeah, but I didn't go with the initial stuff. I went with the prayer hands. They say, do you know why we have an ibis mascot? I think from what I was hearing when they did that, it was because after the hurricanes, isn't the ibis like one of the first birds to show up or something like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I never really put too much thoughts into the mascot. I just always focused on the football team. It's most recently like when I first started watching Hurricanes football, I didn't keep up with player names. I didn't keep up with no stats or nothing. I used to just watch it for the fun of it.
I got a question for you or anybody else that might know it. They hadn't always been the Hurricanes. What were they before they were the Hurricanes?
That's a tough one. I definitely don't know the answer to that one. I never even knew they was something else before that.
Sure was. Only for 3 years. Not even a full 3 years.
Y'all heard the question in the chat. What was the Miami Hurricanes name before they were Hurricanes? Oh yeah. Let me do something real quick too. Oh yeah. I see Ray trying to be funny. He said Miami Girls College.
Well, it's sure a lot better than that Florida State Clown College.
Y'all see this right here? If anybody has a iPhone 7 or 8 Plus, I have this. I'm gonna do a giveaway. All you gotta do to enter in the giveaway is go to my Miami Hurricanes 2020 hype video and just put in the comment section iPhone case. Basically what it has Miami at the top, the whole football field, the U in the middle, and it say Hurricanes at the bottom. This what it basically looked like. So if anybody has an iPhone 8 Plus or 7 Plus, just go to my Miami Hurricane hype video, 2020 hype video, and type iPhone case in the comment section. That way, on the 17th when I do my live show, I'm gonna do a giveaway to whoever wins. Close that door. So what did you say the name was?
From 1929, when the university was established, until 1932, they were the Warriors.
Oh, Miami Hurricane, Miami Warriors.
Yep, their emblem basically it looked a lot like the Redskins logo. Is what they used. They used basically the same thing as the Redskins at the time.
When was Florida State developed before us?
Oh yeah, the University of Miami was established in 1929.
I got to figure out when FSU was. I guess I can't use it to troll them. I was gonna say they just basically copied us and got them an Indian, but I guess not.
No, they changed it to the Hurricanes. Actually, they changed it in 32. The first game to be played in the Orange Bowl was supposed to be against the University of Georgia. The game was delayed by a hurricane.
No.
Why not close that door?
To the Hurricanes.
Okay. Yeah, I learned something pretty interesting because I didn't know that. I never looked into the history that far back. But y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I've been on here pretty much an hour. Like I said, Miami, we landed Issiah Thomas. I'm gonna let you go, Slim Shady.
All right, boss.
Thank you for calling in, man. Call in anytime we have shows. All right, boss.
All right, man.
All right, so Miami has landed Issiah Thomas. We took him from Florida. We made sure Florida State didn't get him. You know, like I said, on the 17th, which is not this Sunday, but next Sunday, I do a live show, T2Y versus Turn Tally, Miami versus Florida State. Y'all come through. Go to my Miami Hurricane hype video 2020. If you click on my page, it should be like the first video showed up. Should have like the art should be like 4 different Miami Hurricane uniforms. Just go in the comment section and put in iPhone case if you want a chance to win this iPhone case. On that show, I'll select a winner and I'll send it out to whoever win. You know, I ordered one of these and they sent me 2, so it's only right that I give it to one of my Miami Hurricane fans. So y'all come through. Anyways, guys, thank y'all for coming through. Like I said, we got Isaiah Walker. I was about to say Thomas. We got Isaiah Walker, man. Welcome to the U. I'm out, y'all.